Sadie Robinson's books.
Oh yeah, the
From, like,
Duck Dynasty girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her at Liberty, and I was like really interested in like her testimony and stuff. So I like bought some of her books, and I never read. I don't like reading, but I like actually started reading her books, and like I read one, and it's just like a little small devotional, and it's actually really good. Like I just read it before bed, and it's really small, but it's like legit.
That's good. That's nice.
She's great. I love Uncle Si. Speaking of Doug,
I used to have an air
He's the
freshener.
best.
I used to have an air freshener with Uncle Si on it when I was little. My dad got it for me because I always thought he was the funniest person in the show.
I
So
did
He is.
I hung it in
Absolutely
my
was the
room.
funniest.
Oh yeah, it was my favorite part of that show.
I
love
missed
that show.
I missed that show.
What
Are
is it
they
coming
bringing it
back?
back?
Sweet
Yeah,
It's coming back.
It is coming back.
I'm so excited.
Si has no teeth now, guys. If you didn't know, like he has like no teeth. They were talking about
God
it at
bless him.
Liberty.
He can drink more sweet tea.
Yeah.
So true.
And do you know the one episode where he's like drinking those grape sodas, and he's like, I feel a little. I don't even know what he said, like swishy or something else.
I don't know. I loved him so much.
But yeah, they were saying that he's like he hasn't changed a bit except he lost his teeth.
Lovely. And
They're gonna say that about me one day.
Yeah, don't we all aspire to lose our teeth from drinking sweet tea? The real Southern way of living. Well, anyway, welcome back to the Impact Students Podcast.
We are your hosts, Abby,
And Julia.
and we're back with one of our awesome student leaders that you've probably seen before. This is Miridia.
Hi, Miridia. Well, hey, normally we ask to get to know you, but we know you because we've had you on before, and this is our second season with you. So why don't you just give us a life update of where you've been at since we talked last year?
Well, now I'm a senior in high school, not a junior. Still
That's
playing
good.
volleyball. Well, yeah, I did not fail. I'm still playing volleyball. I'm in my travel season right now. On student leadership.
Yeah, second year.
Second year, student leadership. Just getting ready to graduate, setting all that stuff up. Finally signed up for my graduation ceremony, which
Wow.
was kind of crazy. Like,
That
it's
is
crazy
pretty
to think
wild.
about like that. And, I've been working at Camp Shenandoah Springs. Shout out. Very good camp. But just been setting up for summer. We have some cool things going on there.
Cool.
That's awesome. Well, let's ask you some fun ones to ease in because it's been a while since we've done this. So we'll do some easier ones, something fun. You and I both really like social media.
Yeah.
I do it for a living. Praise God. So I'm going to ask
Shout out.
you shout out. If Bible characters had Instagram, who do you think would have the best feed?
Okay, so hear me out. I think Adam and Eve would have a really good feed, not like themselves, but like their surroundings. Like I feel
True.
like it was like very vibey there. Like
We all want to know what the garden looked like.
I know it had to be
Mhm.
like really nice and just like the nature and all, but also like Jonah because like imagine getting swallowed by a whale and like vlogging it while you're getting swallowed by a whale. That would be pretty crazy. And then I mean obviously like Jesus because he's like
So
working
true.
miracles.
He don't have time for that though.
Yeah, I was
Somebody's
saying,
gonna
like,
have
the
to follow.
He
disciples.
kind of set him
Matthew.
aside. So
Yeah, it's Matthew. he was always keeping track of everything. It's
Yeah.
gonna be Matthew.
Well, hey, another good icebreaker question, and we were kind of talking about this before. You said this is like one of your favorite Bible verses.
yeah.
What Bible verse do you think is the most misunderstood?
Okay, so my favorite Bible verse is John 3:36, and it's whoever believes in the Son has eternal life, but whoever does not obey the Son will not see life, but the wrath of God remains on him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, Miridia, why would you like such a harsh verse?" But like to me, it like really keeps me in line because like God is giving us this gift of eternal life, and it's right in front of us, but if we don't accept that gift, if we don't take that, his wrath is going to remain on us. And it's like, it is scary, but I think it like kind of keeps, it's like straightforward with you. And it's like a very honest verse. So that's why I really like it. It's pretty harsh. It's really harsh, but that's my favorite verse.
I like that. And I like how you explained it too. I think sometimes we like the loving God and we don't always like to talk about the God that we fear, but we're called to do both, right? Like that's the God that we see in scripture. The Old Testament God is the same God as the New Testament God. And I think you're right. I think that verse really captures both. I think that's a good favorite verse.
Thanks.
That is good. Well, Murda, let's dive in. I'm sorry, I called you Murda on here. I do call her Murda. I
Yes.
skipped some of her is that a
Syllables?
vowel? I skipped some of her vowels when I do talk to Miridia. I want to know, I mean, you've been serving on the student leadership team for 2 years now. This is not your first go around. So, how has being on the team these past few years stretched you, maybe outside of your comfort zone? Maybe some things you weren't expecting going into it?
Well, like there's certain things I'd expect, like helping like set up things, like planning those sorts of things. Something that's taken me out of my comfort zone is like going up to new students because if you know me, you know I'm not good at starting conversations with people I don't know, and I get like super nervous. But like having to like greet people and like go up and talk to them when they're like a new student has really like taken me out of my comfort zone. But it's also been really good because I'm the type of person who makes my mom order for me at restaurants and
Wow.
makes her
That's
go up to the
awesome.
cash register for me because I get scared. But now I'm like I'm doing it by myself, yeah, because I like have learned to like actually step out of my comfort zone and talk to people, whether it's like at youth or at a restaurant when I have to order my food. So
That's pretty
Nice.
good. Something to be proud of, that it's also developing your skills in real life.
Yeah. You're growing. Which actually, that kind of segues into like my question, which was going to be kind of a two-part. But what is a moment on the team when you felt really proud of yourself? And then what's a moment on the team where you felt kind of humbled?
I'm on the team where I felt really proud of myself was probably like just on like a normal Sunday when like we lead during student devotion hour. Like I was really nervous starting it, like being like, oh, I'm gonna do this like every month. But it's like it's kind of made me proud of myself because like it's an opportunity for me to be able to help lead those kids and have like deeper conversations because multiple times kids have come up to me afterwards and asked questions about it,
Yeah.
which is really, really cool. But something that's humbled me a bit is like I'm very busy and I have like a lot going on and sometimes like it's a big time commitment, but it's also so cool because it like keeps you accountable. So like I've been humbled in areas where I'm like, "Oh, wait, I have to get this done." And then I'm like, "Oh, well, I have this to do too." But it keeps me in line and so it's been a really good like structural thing for me, I guess. But it's been a little humbling at points.
Yeah. I mean, leadership is built to stretch you and to grow you, right? And it sounds like it's stretching you in multiple areas of your life. But I also want to know, like personally, how is it stretching you in your own faith relationship with Jesus? And how has that impacted your walk?
Well, first off, I'm surrounded by people who love Jesus and love God,
Yeah.
which is really cool because like they keep me accountable. Tevin, he's actually my accountability partner, and we're doing this thing right now where we're going through the Bible in a year, and so we're reading every day, and he has kept me accountable. Like every time, like he does his Bible study before me, because you can see on the Bible app, he like texts me, he's like, "Don't forget to do your thing
Yeah,
today."
he's not gonna let you
And
slack.
no, he does not. He keeps me accountable. But it's really good because it's helped me to stay in the Word every day.
Awesome.
Even when I just got my wisdom teeth out. Even when I got my wisdom teeth out, he still kept me accountable through that. I fell a little behind, but I still stayed on track with that. But also just like with leadership in general,
Yeah.
like it's helped me to like step up and realize where I'm struggling, but also how I can fix it, based off of what I've learned with these like skills and stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And something that we've talked about throughout this year with the student leadership team and that we've kind of like tried to focus in on is how we can serve like Jesus and be like servant leaders. And so from your perspective, how has your understanding of serving like Jesus changed since being on the team?
I mean, I've always known that we're supposed to serve, but I've never really like taken it like where I'm serving in like youth and I also serving kids. So it's like it's pretty cool because like you can see the ins and outs, especially on student leadership. Like
Yeah.
planning an event is pretty hard. Like you would never really notice that unless you were on like a leadership team
Right.
because it's just like, oh, you have to throw a few things together. Okay, cool. But it's really cool to be able to serve with that and also just to like know how to do it. So like if I ever wanted to do something like this in the future, I would have that like knowledge.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But obviously it's time consuming, so it can be difficult. But like I was talking about earlier, it's really good to keep you accountable, and I feel like I've grown a lot just as a leader in general.
Yeah.
With that. So.
Yeah. When you talk about this is like your student leader on the student leadership team, a lot of it is serving and leading your peers. So how do you balance that you're leading your peers, but you're also their friend? Because I know that can get a little complicated.
That can get complicated, especially like if your friends are like talking during a message and you're like
Oh.
sitting there and you're like, oh,
Gosh.
This is my responsibility
I'm
now.
kind of like a leader. Maybe I should say something. Or especially if you're not like close with the person at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you're like sitting
Yeah.
there and they're like right in front of you and you're like, oh, should I say something? And it's like always awkward because you're like, hey, could you be quiet? Like
Hey,
they're
the pastor's talking
they're
right
like
now.
talking and then they like look at you and they're like, who are you talking to? Or like even during like a game when like you see people cheating and you're like, guys,
Come on now.
we're not in kids
Our
ministry
youth group
anymore.
would never cheat. What are you talking about?
We don't have cheaters.
But yeah, it's really difficult, but like, you know, you have to step up because if you're not setting a good example as a student leadership like person, like, and you're just like letting them do that and you can clearly see it, then like what are you doing? So like I think they understand after a little while.
Yeah, they start
But-
to see you as a leader, and as you set the example too,
Yeah.
and like carry yourself
Yeah.
as a leader would, they can see that and look up to you, which we've talked about a lot
Mm-hmm.
too. You mentioned a little bit earlier that you serve in both kids ministry and that you serve on student ministry on the student leadership team. And so you've served in many different areas and you spent a lot of time serving. And so I'm just curious, how has being in a position of leadership and in serving, how has that shaped your understanding of what church is supposed to be?
Well, I've really noticed that church can't just be like dependent on one person. Like it takes a lot of different people
Yeah.
like pouring in different ways. Like I was Robin's intern this past summer
Mhm.
and just like being around and seeing how like it takes so many different pieces like really clicked to me and it like helped me to understand that church isn't a church, it's the people.
Yeah.
And like I've heard that so many times, but sometimes it doesn't like quite click in my head until I have to see it like firsthand. So like just probably like seeing how it takes so many different people and like so many people like pouring out their time and pouring out things that are sometimes difficult, but like just things like that and how it all clicks together kind of.
Yeah.
And you know, church is it's people, right? It's not a building and we're not confined to one space. So how kind of I don't know how leadership lessons that you've learned here, things you've learned inside the church, but how does that affect you outside the church? Because really, you're the church wherever you go. We all are. So how, when you leave these walls, has what you've learned here affected you outside?
Well, it's helped me to be like a good leader just in general, like on my volleyball team or things like that. But also it's really helped me to be able to like step up and like talk about my faith openly because it's so difficult to talk about your faith, especially
Yeah,
with
it
like
can be.
teenagers now.
Yeah.
Because everything turns into a bait or you're canceled if you
Oh,
say
yeah,
anything.
right.
And it's like,
That's true.
okay. But it's really helped me to like talk about my faith more openly, but also just like help lead people around me, like my friends and my family, in like a way of that. So
That's awesome. That's really
so
awesome.
great. Yeah. And you are a senior, which is so sad for me because it means you're moving on to the next stage of ministry, young adults.
Yeah.
Great for you. But we've also been talking about, hey, we need like the next group of students that's going to be on the student leadership team because this is a legacy thing. It continues beyond you. And so if a younger student asked you, hey, why should I even serve on the student leadership team? What am I getting out of this? What's the benefits? What kind of an impact would I make? Like, why should I do this, what you've done? What would you tell them?
I would tell them that's a great learning opportunity. Like you're surrounded by people all the time. We're going through a book and like it's like a really good study. It's a really good. I'm like blanking on the name right now.
You're doing Practicing the Way?
Yeah, we're doing
Yeah,
practicing the way.
But it's a really good book. Like you're surrounded by really good people, but it's also like you're never gonna start where you want to be. There's always room to grow, and so it's just a really good opportunity to grow as a leader, and also just grow with those around you and like get to know more people. Because like I was saying with the morning study, like I've been able to talk to people more that I would never talk to normally, like if I wasn't on student leadership team, and actually get to know their story, and it's like really cool to talk to them about that. So like I've even talked to certain people in the youth group that are kind of interested in student leadership team. I was just telling them it's a really good learning opportunity, and especially if like you need to be held accountable.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I mean, we've gotten to watch you grow as a leader in these last few years and grow as a person. I mean, if you watched the first one, you know I've known Miridia since she was very little. And now I get to know her in this capacity, which is really awesome. You teach me things. You teach us things. You're never too young to teach us things, you know? And I know you've had a lot of opportunities in different, not even just here, but different aspects to serve and to lead. I want to know if there's a way that you felt God use you, maybe to lead or to minister to somebody else in a way that you didn't expect. Maybe something you didn't even think you were good at until he did it.
Well, it honestly, like, with my testimony, like, I've always been, like, the type of person who's like, I don't have a testimony. Like, I literally grew up in church. Like, what do you mean? Like, I wasn't like I was, like, in the dirt, like, struggling. Like, I never heard about Jesus. And then I was like, oh, wow, who's Jesus?
Yeah.
But, like, honestly, like, I told my testimony at this one camp. And, like, this one girl that, like, I barely talked to before, she came up to me afterwards. And, like, I had the opportunity to help lead her to Christ. And that just kind of, like, clicked something in my head that my story and things that I've gone through can, like, relate to people. And it was, like, it was such an amazing thing because it helped me to want to, like, serve more and just be, like, a part of ministry more because of the impact that it made. And just, like, seeing that impact her life, impacted my life significantly. Excuse me. Because it was just, like, such an amazing thing to see. Like, I've never felt something like that before or, like, a connection with somebody like that. It was really, really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I love those kinds of stories. And it's so true. I had the same thing. The testimony of, like, I don't really have a real testimony. Yeah, you do. Your story will impact whoever, whenever, however. It's just a matter of speaking what God has put in your life and on your heart to speak and share. It's going to reach someone, right? Like, that's the whole point of a testimony. Well, hey, this is, like, probably one of my last questions for you. I don't know if Abby has more after, but what I really want to know is, how do you want your leadership to impact others spiritually? Like, impact beyond what you're doing even right now? Like, legacy kind of question again. How do you want your leadership to impact others?
I just want, like, my example to show in a way, like, how I live my life. But also just, like, I really want people to know that they can come up and talk to me if they ever need somebody. Like, even just people I don't know, like I was telling you guys, like, it's really cool when people come up and talk to me because I'm in this leadership position. And I would really just like people to, like, know that there's always somebody who's there for them, whether they feel like it or not, whether it's, like, me or Julia or Abby, like, we're all willing to talk to you. And, like, it's just a really cool thing to be able to be in that leadership position and get to actually, like, do that.
Yeah. I don't have any more questions for you. I just want to let you know that it's been an honor to watch you grow these last few years and really half of your life. And I think it's evident. We can see it in the way that you live and the way that you serve. And I'm proud of you. We're proud of you. And I'm excited to see where God takes you after here, even though we're going to miss you a lot. It's sad for us, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Any closing remarks you want to say to those who are watching, which thank you, by the way. Anything else you want to say about how serving on this team has impacted you?
Well, it's just really impacted my life by, like, the goals. I mean, the things that it's done in my life. Like, now I can talk to waiters, guys.
You could talk to waiters too.
But just like, just in general, like, being able to serve with these people has really impacted my life, like, in such an amazing way. Like, being held accountable by Tevin. He's done a great job. But also just, like, this group of people, like, just being able to, like, bounce your ideas off of each other and just things like that has been really amazing. So if you're thinking about student leadership next year, I would think about it more because it's a great opportunity.
Yeah. If you're thinking of serving in any capacity, you should. Well, anyway, thank you so much, Miridia, for joining us. It was great to chat with you as always. Thank you for tuning in and listening to another episode of the Impact Students Podcast. We can't wait to see you again next week.